I'm coming in loud and clear. Might hear me on the radio. Breaker, breaker, 19. Anybody got their ears on?
Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check this out. We got ourselves a brand new Cobra to play with. The Cobra 19 Mini, AM and FM. So they have redesigned the Cobra 19. Man, the Cobra 19 has been around forever. Take a look at some of the variations. There's the Cobra 19 Classic, the Cobra 19 Ultra, the Cobra 19 2. I mean, there were so many of these. There was one that came out in camouflage. I mean, there's just been a ton of these over the year, but they have redesigned it completely. For the longest time, it was, maybe little differences, up and down buttons versus dials or whatnot, but this is a complete redesign, and it looks pretty cool. We're going to check it out today. Ultra compact design, dual mode AM and FM, 919 instant access, adjustable receiver sensitivity, and hands-free option. It does come with mounting brackets, plugs, and all the rest. So yeah, pretty cool little setup here. Let's take a look here. We'll go ahead and open up the box. Let's see what we got. So it does come with a little manual here, and color manual. That's nice. And you get your product registration. It's color all the way through, which is nice. And it's two-sided. It's kind of like a fold-out. But it pretty much covers operation, installation, everything you'd want to ask. Cool. And then menu options. So key beep, Roger beep built in. Pretty nice. That's very cool. Vox sensitivity, RF gain, timeout timer, automatic power on, firmware version, and factory reset. So I like that. So who knew? Such a small little radio is going to have a Roger beep. I have been singing the praises of Roger beep forever. And I know not everyone is a fan of that, but it's kind of I think it's kind of fun to have that conversation with people on the channel. Some people are not fans of it. I think it's cool. I think ever since I heard the Apollo files, landing on the moon, they had a Roger beep. If they've got it, I should have it too. You know what I mean? All right, well, when they say mini, they mean it. I don't know if that's doing it any justice, but palm of my hand and I can make it disappear. Very small. So if you are looking at a small car that don't have a ton of space to mount this would be something that would fit. You could put it sideways between the seats. You could put it in a lot of different places that it would get the job done. Knob is still pretty big. I mean, you can see there, it's still easy enough for my kind of meaty old hands to work with. The case is anodized aluminum, it looks like, and it's powder coated and it looks pretty sharp. Definitely feels well constructed. Huge heat sink on the back here, if you see that. Big heat sink for heat dissipation, which is nice. On the back, power is hardwired to it, but it does have a plug to separate it, and it comes with two options: cigarette lighter install or hardwire. So that's kind of cool. You don't have to murder this in order to make this, so I like that. That it does have the PL259 connector, and it's a little hard to see, but above it there is place for an external speaker. So again, if you were going to wedge this thing, and that's what I was thinking, it was like put this thing between seats where it'd be easy enough, you reach down there, be able to change the channel, a simple glance down to see what channel you're on, what specs, whatnot. But that way it's kind of out of the way, but that kind of blocks that speaker, and it's a bottom firing speaker. So if you did that, you could fix that by putting an external speaker in there. Now it does have this little bracket for it, which I think it's almost cute, Up until now, I've always said the realistic Radio Shack TRC 503. Here's a picture of one right here. That has always been like my go-to for I need a radio somewhere wedged in someplace that is never going to fit anywhere else. This definitely has it beat. I would say it's the same width. It's got to be 2.5, maybe even 3 inches shorter, and it's thinner. The TRC probably being 1.5 inches, and this being 1 inch at most. Now it does come with mounting hardware and a mic holder, so that's kind of cool. And speaking of the mic, it's a non-standard plug. It's like a landline, but LAN. Looks like a 6 or 8 pin there. But the microphone is pretty nice overall. It's got a heavy feel to it. Hopefully it would pass multiple drop tests because it's going to be dropped multiple times. But it has a nice little mic port there, and on top, channel up and down. So that's really cool. That's really nice. Okay, well, while I'm not going to install it in a car today, there's no reason why we can't hook it up here at the shop and see what it can do. So let's do that right now. All right, well, here it is set up on the bench, and I want to show this thing off to you in its entirety. So let's go ahead to turn it on. You're just going to press, and she comes to life. And there we go. So it does have a nice backlit display currently on AM. You can see there is a little bit of a signal meter there, and then we have a frequency counter up underneath it with a large channel display. I like the fact that the channel is loud and proud there. It makes it easy to see without having to spend too much time looking off the road. So if you want to change the channel using the radio, give it a short tap, and now we can change our channel. Tap it again and we're back. Now we want to turn the volume up or down. Pretty nice. I'm going to leave the volume down for right now. And to turn the unit back off, press and hold the volume. There you go. So I'll turn it back on. And we'll go through some of the other features here. Now, on the microphone itself, well, you have your channel up and down. Well, channel up and down is also operated there as well. And then, of course, your push to talk, we push down, where you can see the TX light up and full power being sent through the unit. So you have two ways of operating that. Now, if we want to mess with squelch, we're going to press the squelch / automatic squelch button. That's our second one, and we can adjust that to varying levels. If we turn squelch off, we're just going to have it rolling, right? So I'll go ahead and turn that back on. If you want to have automatic, you're just going to press and hold. And then we have automatic squelch control. Again, you can change the level of that depending on your needs. If you want it to be, pretty easy to break through the squelch, you can set that, but I like that as well. A couple other cool things you can lock. Well, we can turn the beep on or off. We have Roger beep. We have Vox level, time on talk, RF gain, power auto. So do we want it to come on automatically? Most cases, yes. The answer is yes. But I'm going to change some of this stuff. FM version B 1.0, that's the thing. And then there's your factory reset. But let's go back. I'm going to turn that off. I don't like that beeping, but I do want Roger beep. And we got different ones. You can see the little light now is lit up to let you know that we do have a little bit of Roger beep. I'm actually going to turn squelch off here. Let's get rid of auto squelch. All right, we'll go back in the menu. You can press and hold it, and you've locked everything so that you don't accidentally move anything while you're working on it, which is nice. All right, so we'll take that off of there. Press and hold to get rid of it. Of course, AM and FM is easily adjustable. And then if you also want to, you can press and hold that top button, and that brings you to 9. Press and hold it again, it gets you to 19. Press and hold it again, and it brings you back to normal channel operation. I love it. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit, and let's roll through and see what we can see. You hear that? That, my friends, is how come FM is actually really popular, but not often heard. On AM mode, lots of dudes talking, right? The Super Bowl on 6 and 11 has always got somebody running their mouth, no doubt about it. So FM, I found this out during range tests a couple of months back. FM is awesome when the skip is rolling and it is too crazy and you're just trying to talk to the car in front of you, or you're just trying to talk local. Switch to FM because it destroys it. It gets rid of all that garbage. So every conversation going on in AM that is interfering, making it hard to hear, switch over to FM and suddenly you've got a whole new world. It's like having another 40 channels, really. It's incredible how much of a interference cutter it really is. Well, look, there's not a ton to this radio. It's their newest little radio. It's the Cobra 19, Super Mini. I mean, this thing is so small, but it's also got exactly what you need. I mean, it does the stuff that you want it to have. If you turn your squelch on, it also does scan. What you do is you just hit the up button, and you can see now it's going to go and start scanning. So when that little dot is blinking, it's just going to scan the channels until it finds something going on. There's channel 38, so that's probably sideband comms, but you can hear it. Again, it may be difficult to hear some of that conversation because I am using a lapel mic right now, but that's about it. That's why I like FM mode on these new radios. At first I was a little concerned that, hey, if there's so many AM users, will it get used? And the answer I have come up with is, yeah, it will. What you got going on there, though, is it's going to be used for local comms. It's going to be used for driving on the highway when you're just trying to keep up with a convoy, another driver. That's where it's going to be perfect, uninterrupted, and probably a little more private, honestly, because there's just not as many of these in the hands of users as there is the AM or sideband model radios right now. Well, I guess that'll do it for today. I will leave a link to where you can pick one of these beauties up, and I'll see you next time. Take care.